It's a fake home studio vibe.
Okay, y'all New York niggas love giving vibes.
Right.
Period.
I swear. They do.
Every time I'm on OnlyFans, they be loving to have a vibe. It'd be a blue light, red light, green light. All them niggas throwing it back on them lights. I'm just saying. What's the tea, honeybees? It's your girl, your Judy, your boy, Gabe, aka Cutie, for keeping it G. And honey, y'all see we are here for a mukbang, and I have a special guest. You're gonna hear the clapping sounds. It's gonna be woo! We have my girl Nezzy in the building, honey.
Okay.
Hey, girl. What's the tea? How are you?
I'm good. You know, how you doing?
I mean, you know, I'm just chilling. It's great meeting you. This is our first time meeting each other. Okay, shout out to my girl Alexis. Okay,
Hey, shout out to Alexis.
Legendary Media Gang, honey. Okay, that's my girl. That's my bill, honey. Okay. As soon as she came onto the group, our little group, we already said that we were gonna be best friends. So we have literally been talking like ever since, and we've been trying to link up and get this whole situation started for a long period of time. And now we here. Cause you know I'm from Jersey, so I had to lug my big old ass. Okay, lug my big old ass right up all the way up to the Bronx, honey. Okay, so you know we here and we here to have a mukbang and we here to eat, honey. Okay, we got some we got a little crab. Y'all know we love us some seafood
And some jumbo shrimp, okay?
Oh, is that your favorite? Oh, these shrimps are big.
Yes, y'all. Let's get into it though. Let's really get into it. Look at that.
Yeah, hold on, let me open it.
Right,
real
what
quick.
they be doing, look?
Right. No, let me just open this real quick. We gonna just talk about some things. If y'all don't, like I said before, did I say that you, no, I didn't even say you do music. If y'all didn't know, okay, hold time, I'm gonna put, hold on, first of all, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, comment, click that notification bell, okay? Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a sister to tell a grandma to tell that other grandma's sister to tell that other grandma's sister's friend to tell the Golden Girls, okay? To follow my ass, okay? And subscribe to my ass and comment on my ass, honey, okay?
Not the Golden Girls.
All of their asses. Blanche. Who's the other bitches?
Child, I'm bad with them.
I don't know. I only know Blanche. Is Blanche Betty White? You didn't watch the Golden Girls, did you?
I watched it a few times.
I never watched the Golden Girls. So I wouldn't know. Okay. Some of y'all don't know, Nezzy is when I say, would you consider yourself as like an R&B artist? Or like?
Yes, R&B singer.
Yeah. Ooh, yes. You got levels. She is an R&B artist, songwriter. Okay. She don't got no ghostwriting up in this bitch, honey.
Period.
Okay.
Okay, I write my own shit, alright?
Period. Okay. So, she's an R&B artist. How long have you been singing, Nezzy?
Yeah, I've been singing since I was little, but professionally doing this music for the last like 2.5 years.
2.5 years been doing, like basically taking it seriously.
Yes.
So when you say that you've been singing like since you were a little girl, you mean like church shit?
Mm-hmm. Grew up in the church.
Typical.
Yep, Southern Baptist.
Mm-hmm. Typical. You remember how Biggie said that shit in, when he was talking to Faith? She was like, she had said some shit, and he was like, typical. see, Nezzy, you probably didn't even know I'm a singer too. You know,
Let me find
sweet
out.
doo-doo-dee, sweet doo-doo-dee. Do a little one too. Okay, so if you need like a doo-wop, pop, pop, pop.
I might need you some background. Hold on, y'all.
Just hit Cutie up. I'll send you my invoice,
Okay.
honey, okay? Say in 2 years if you started doing music. So, did you go to music school? What made you really like take music seriously?
So I realized basically I was going to school.
What school did you go
I
to?
went to Arkansas State University. I got my bachelor's degree in marketing.
Ooh,
But-
educated black woman.
Okay.
Okay, period.
I was first majoring in vocal performance, and we was doing all that opera shit, and I was just like,
You wasn't with it.
I'm not with this. So I was like, all right, I know I really want to sing R&B, but how do I go from Arkansas to the music industry? How do you do that? And so my friend was telling me about NYU. So I was like, all right, that's how I'm going to try to get up here, because how the hell move from Arkansas to New York? I need to find a way. Quickest way out in my mind at the time was like, go get to school, you know? And so then I was just applying on a whim. I was just like, I don't really know if I'm going to get into school. Let me apply anyway. Apply and kind of like, all right.
Left it to God.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, God, do your thing. And so I got into NYU.
Oh my God!
You go, girl!
And so I was like, 5 bitches, I'm moving here.
See you later! So are you originally from Arkansas?
Yes, I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Okay. That's where your accent's from, y'all.
Yes.
Who hit me up from Jack?
Got my graduate degree in music business, because I was like, I don't want to be that artist that don't know shit about the music industry.
Smart.
Because as y'all see, we got these cases, they don't know what deals they in and all that stuff. This is after they signed. I was like, I don't want to be that artist. So let me just get a little educated, use this to network and, get some internships at like labels and stuff. I'm just like, now I understand some shit.
Right.
So now I feel more confident moving on, like in the industry as an artist, because now I know some things. I'm not just
You're more educated.
Right, I'm more educated, because I'm like, I don't want to be that. I really don't want to be that artist that don't know stuff or getting a deal and then later find out, oh, I wasn't supposed to sign like a 360.
Yes.
So that was worth it, and I've been moving ever since.
I commend you for getting that education, leaving Arkansas, having the faith to know that you're going to motherfucking conquer and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So, after you got that education and all of that, so what, tell me, I want to know, like, what was your first experience creating your music?
Okay, it's funny you say that. I was like, all right, so I graduated, because it was actually really hard to do that while I was in school, because I realized how demanding the program was. And I was like, all right, let me try to network here and there. Let me just get to know some industry people, but like, let me try on like Christmas break, try to record. And so I was trying to look for a producer here. And I couldn't find a producer. I guess I wasn't looking in the right place or looking hard enough at the time, to be honest. And I was like, all right, going back home to Arkansas for Christmas break, let me kind of like figure it out. And this was like end of 2017 going into 2018. So a friend from high school, he was just like, yo, like, are you working on music? I'm like, no, not yet, but we can. And he's a producer.
Okay.
And so he was like, I can produce your like first song. I won't charge you, like,
let's
just record. Let's just see what happens. I'm like, bet, because I mean,
And is he from Arkansas as well? You see how God works?
Right. So shout out to Ryan, because he gave me my first opportunity.
Thanks, Ryan.
Okay. This is my first time like wanting to really write, but at the time I was so just shy about my ability to write back in like 2017. I'm like, can I really write? He was like, I'm gonna send you a beat. Just write to it. Just see if you vibe off of it. And so my first single called Time. Real ones know time.
If you're a real friend, you know what the fuck time is.
Right, you know time.
Period.
So then we recorded everything at the school that he graduated from back at home. Recorded on campus. And that was my first song. But I knew like, all right, this is my first song. I had no marketing plan, no nothing. Just dropped the song on my birthday. And I was excited about it just because I'm like, this is my first song. You know?
As you should.
That I wrote, you know? And so,
you recorded. You went to the studio.
Right, okay.
You did some big things.
Right. To me, I was like, okay, this is cool, but like, this ain't good enough. I knew that, but I was like, all right, this is a step in the right direction.
Right. So what was Time about? What was the song about? Is it about the time that you ain't got the time to be waiting for these niggas?
Okay, Time was about a nigga that later we talking about on the project, but we gonna get to the project.
Right.
But it's the same nigga.
The same dude.
The same nigga.
So it's the same nigga the whole time.
Okay, yeah, for most of the time, basically.
It's the same.
But he was just playing games in the beginning, so I'm like,
I was playing games.
yeah, I was playing games. We tired of y'all niggas, okay? Stop playing with us.
Jesus.
After time, he was just like wanting to just have his cake and eat it too, and I'm like, pick a side. do you want to date me or not? Like,
Right.
what are we doing? I don't want to keep doing this. Like, I think we're like doing stuff, but we not. Like, I'm not gonna be fooling around with you no more.
I don't have the time.
I don't have the time. Yeah, so I'm like, and I need more of your time if you want to be with me.
Period.
And so that's what that song was about. It is definitely a humbling song to see
You
that sound,
evolving.
that evolving to now. It's like, okay, baby girl did her work. She done worked on some things. She done got in the studio, recording more, because it's definitely a drastic difference.
I think that's like one of my favorite things when it comes to artistry is seeing how the artist evolves.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning to like where they are now. Like I think that's one of my favorite things. Celebrities, like for example, like let's say like Rihanna. Like
Yes.
that's like a perfect example.
Yeah, she's a perfect example.
From like Ponder Replay to what the fuck she is now, that evolvement.
It's like I didn't see that evolvement from her either, so it's cool to see that for real.
Like it's amazing. So let's talk about your evolvement. Your evolvement of like from you creating your music to your first time in the studio. Then you not transferred, but you came up to the city or came up to New York. You said that you left New York to go back down to Arkansas. So what made you come back up?
Well, see, I was only on Christmas break.
Oh, so you were gonna move?
Yeah, I was coming. Yeah, I was here.
You was already moving.
Right.
Okay.
So like, I was already living in New York, but it was like Christmas break, and I was just like, okay, we gotta like once we're home.
So that was just your Christmas present right there.
Right, yeah, basically. I was like, figure it out. You need a song, like, you just need to get something out. I came back, because school was starting back up. Came back up, and I was like, all right, that was cute. The song was cute. And it was a cute song. Like, to this day, all my friends, like I said, Real Ones, No Time. It's a great song. If it wasn't for Ryan, I wouldn't have had my first start. Like, so let's be honest, like, I never forget him giving me my first experience.
Shout out to Ryan again.
Right. Because I'm like, that's just, it is what it is. But I knew, like, all right, sis, people have full rollouts. So people sound more like, just polished. You don't sound as polished. And you don't sound as sure, like, of yourself. So we got to figure some shit out. So from there, I was just looking for, like, producers. And found people here and there, but it just wasn't sticking.
It's a vibe, an energy.
Yeah.
Especially with artists and engineers, or like not engineers, or like producers, anybody, like somebody that works with you in your music, you have to be able to trust them because that's your art. So like, if you don't trust these niggas with your art, you can't really. I don't blame you.
Yeah, you can't
You can't risk it.
You can't risk it. So I was like I said, meeting people, and they were like cool, but like it just wasn't the right vibe. And so at one point I was getting worried because I'm like, yo, all right, now I graduated at this point, and I'm like, okay, you can't say school is a distraction now because we're done with school. You got your experiences and stuff, so now you need to make some moves. And so started doing covers because I'm like, in the meantime, I could show people that I can sing. You know?
Right.
In the meantime, I could be doing that. In the meantime, I could
social media.
Right, use social media. And so I was doing that here and there. Still was not consistent. And so I'm like, all right, something gotta give. And so this is like, now we're at end of 2018 at this point. And my friend, she was like, hey, I need a background singer. You want to be a part of? I'm like, sure. Like this now, I'm like, okay, we're getting something.
Right.
Like, we're starting to network some more. And did a gig with her. And so then later, she was like, did I want to go to this? It was like a showcase or something. That's actually where I met her. And I wasn't gonna go that night. But had I not went, I would have never met Alexis.
See?
Would have never. I was this close to not going because it was cold. It was like end of November, I think. And I was like, okay.
It'd be the coldness for me because I don't know.
I don't like traveling in cold. So I was just like, all right, I'll go to this event. Let me go. And so went. That's how I met Alexis. And from there, top of 2019, we started working on music. And this is how we arrived. you know, at all the greatness of this project.
Of the new project,
Yes.
well, I would say the newest project that you have called Love Trip. Okay, which is out now in all streaming platforms. It is freaking amazing. Not only do we have to not only thank Ryan, but we gotta thank God because of opening these damn doors. Honey,
Okay, opening doors. And timing is everything, y'all.
It is.
Because if you're not at the right place at the right time, you could miss your opportunity.
Blessing.
Okay?
Yes, that is such a fact. You have to. That is something that I've learned in my life, that you gotta take those chances. Don't be too comfortable in where the fuck you at, and just because of the fact that you know, because I know, like, even with myself, like, I know, like, that's how I am. I stay very comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want to go nowhere, I'm probably not gonna go.
Yeah.
But what I've realized is that, especially like in this career that I'm getting into, with, like, you know, entertainment, music, all of that, I gotta try to put myself out there, and I gotta try to be out there as much as possible, so I can try to network, be the best I can be, and do the best I can. So you said you met Alexis at this showcase.
Yes.
So then, if you guys don't know, Alexis is my girl. You know, she is a engineer. Okay, so what happened? Did she just say, "Oh, bitch, I'm an engineer. Let's work on music"? So
no,
what?
So I was at we was at this event, and it was a lot of people there. I'm thinking it's gonna be like it was a cute little space, but for the space, it was a lot of people.
So it was a small space.
It was a small, like, cute little space, but
And it was probably hot as hell.
It wasn't, because it was cold outside, so it wasn't really that hot.
Okay.
But I didn't have anyone sitting next to me, and so this young lady came over to me, and she was just like, "Is somebody sitting right here?" And I was just like, "No, like, you can sit right here."
Come on,
and
girl.
so she said, "I'm like, oh, okay, thank you," because I guess somebody else was kind of maybe rude to her, like, or just kind of give her like a side eye, like, "I don't want you know, sit right there and don't sit next to me."
Oh, damn.
And I was just
and
like,
it wasn't even coronavirus.
Right. And so I'm like, "Sis, girl, help yourself.
Okay.
Y'all, you know, ain't nobody sitting by me anyway."
You know, these Southern
And
girls
so,
are so nice.
yes, we so nice. It's the hospitality for me. And so we watching, like, the show, and it was after the show, like, I'm trying to, like, you know, catch up, network. And so, like, I never, like, really spoke to Alexis when she was sitting by me. So it's just, she sat down and kind of, like, just enjoyed the show. And so afterwards, like, went, like, networking, you know, blah, blah, kiki with a couple people. And then I saw she was standing there. I was just like, "Hey, like, you know, like, what's up? What do you do?" And she was just like, "Oh, I'm audio engineer." I was like, What do you do?
What is it again?
She was like, "I'm an engineer." I was like, "Oh,
You see how
and
that
you're
works?
a black woman? Can I have your information?"
Yes.
You know, so it's like, had I not been there, or like even let her sit, I could have been like, if I was rude, I still wouldn't have like met her officially. Had I was like, "Nah, don't sit by me," she would be like, "All right, girl, like, I'm gonna go back over here and, like, you know, fuck you too." And so it still could have messed up that connection had I, you know, did certain things or just moved the wrong way. So from there, I remember her, like, I was like broke as hell too, and I was talking to her about like, I was asking where she like records out of, like where she work out of. She told me, and then we was just explaining race, and I was just like, "Dang, like, I respect her race, but I can't afford it." So I was like, "Yeah, I can't right now, but I'm definitely gonna circle back. Like, next year, I definitely want to work with you because you're a black woman, and I just want to work with you." So like, cool. And so circle back, you know, obviously first impression is everything too. So she, of course, I told her, like, I want to be, you know, I'm trying to record, I'm an artist. But like, it wasn't until she saw, like, oh wait, she actually can sing.
Oh, she's actually dope.
Yeah, like, she's dope for real. Okay, so she like reached out to me like, "Hey, let's work out something because
I actually like you."
Right, I like you. So I was just like, "Okay, cool." And so at this point, I'm nervous because I'm like, all right, she's like super professional. She told me what she like worked out of and everything. So I'm like super nervous. And I'll never forget, it was MLK Day. First session, it was snowing. It was cold as hell.
It's always
and
cold.
I remember 3 days prior to that, I had wrote Floating. Off of Just
Which is part of a song and album.
Yes. And it's about the same nigga I wrote about Time. But this time, I was in love with him.
Okay.
So, you know, we in a sweet spot now. And so I remember coming in, I was so nervous because I was like, what if I get here, she don't think I really can sing no more? Just all negative stuff. And so, record the song, she was like, yo, this is dope. Like, you trying to, like, work? Like, do a project adventure? I'm like, yeah, like, what's up? And so from there, we kind of just built, like, a good, like, working relationship with each other. At the time, I didn't know I was, like, gonna do, like, an EP. I was just thinking, like, maybe some singles, but then it started seeing, like, all right, this is telling the story. You know, I wasn't even intentionally telling this story. It's just like...
You're just writing.
Just writing.
Writing your life.
Yeah, the current relationship I was in. And so, we was like, all right, we got a love song, we got a heartbreak song, we got, like, Take It There, about the beginning stages of love.
Right.
And so then we just realized, like, okay, we got a project, so we're going to call it. And my friend, Ty, he, like, helped me name it. He was just like, call it Love Trip. And so, the rest was history, okay?
I'm here for it. What made you want to choose that? What made you agree with your friend saying Love Trip? What, describe the process of this song you writing. So you were saying that you were in a relationship with it, with the same dude.
Same dude.
Is this dude from Arkansas?
He don't deserve to have his name on here, so
it's okay. He don't gotta have his name on here, but I'm just saying he must have some good dick because your ass just kept on writing music about his ass.
I know, but I'm just like, yo, you really consumed my time.
I'm just saying.
Only
niggas with good dick. Okay.
It was okay.
First of all, girl. Just because your ass ain't with him no more don't mean that he ain't.
I mean, it wasn't like
your ass stayed with his ass for a good bit.
But more than just the D, like.
I mean, obviously, but you know, I'm just saying.
I mean, it was pretty decent.
Because all I'm saying is, listen, you done wrote the first song about that nigga, which was in 2018. Then the whole EP.
I know.
A year later. Okay, in 2018 he wasn't shit.
Look, now I'm floating in love.
Right, and now you floating in love because of the D. And because of who he is, I guess, because of who he is. Let's talk about Mr. Arkansas, honey, okay?
Alright, that's his name.
That's his name.
Okay, let's go with that.
In 2019, you guys were in Lovey-Dovey Bliss.
Yes.
And you were writing songs about his ass.
Yes.
So you guys were in a great space. Was this a long distance relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that one of the reasons why that you guys broke up?
Yeah, definitely. Because it was to a point where he just was not fucked up about seeing me. It was just like, I'll see you when I see you. I'm like, hold on now.
He wasn't taking any initiative to come up here.
Yeah, and mind you, Mr. Arkansas got a good paying job.
Oh, okay, because that was going to be my next
Mr.
question.
Arkansas got money, honey.
Oh, now.
So that's why I knew. I'm like,
Mr. Arkansas, what the fuck you doing down in Arkansas?
So I'm like, all right, Mr. Arkansas don't want to be with me.
He ain't too pressed.
He was not pressed. It was like, okay, he had a weird work schedule, like 12-hour shifts. But I'm like, you make time for what you want to make time
yes,
for.
Ma'am.
At the end of the day, like everybody's busy, like.
Because I'm sure if my ass was in Arkansas, your ass would have made time for me in that motherfucking 12-hour schedule. Okay.
So that's what that was, and I guess he didn't think I would break up with him, but I was like, I'm tired.
As hell.
And what you want to do, another nigga willing to do. So step it up.
These niggas don't understand.
That's the thing.
There's other dicks in the city. Okay? That would do so much better than what you're doing, Mr. Arkansas. Okay?
But I was so just fed up. Like, I was tired.
So before you were tired, you was love tripping.
I was tripping.
You was tripping in love.
Tripping
in love. Now, I will say, I love the EP. Once again, one of my favorite songs that I always I'm about to is Diet.
I'm dying.
Do you guys call it Diet, or is it D-I-E-T?
It's Diet.
It's Diet. I love the double entendre. It's a double entendre for me. Okay. Can you explain that song a little bit?
All right. So the real tea. Okay, this song was written end of 2019, and this is when me and Mr. Arkansas's relationship was like
real cool.
No, it was bad. This is
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah, end of 2019. This is when like he was saying some shit like you really can't return from. You know how like, yep, he was saying some stuff like you really can't return from that. So I was honestly, the relationship, in my opinion, went downhill in around that time, like November-ish of 2019. And this is also a time like while I was getting frustrated, I'm like, I'm super loyal to you, and like niggas are throwing themselves at me, and you don't.
And New York niggas, not regular.
Right, that's what I'm like. I need you to understand.
There's a difference.
Look, let me tell you, it's a difference. All right. So
Beyonce wasn't lying, okay?
she wasn't. I will say that.
We like them boys up top from the BK. Know how to flip that money 3 ways.
Okay,
And so
I love
I'm like,
them boys up top.
Here I am,
okay,
being misloyal, and people still turning down people. I was just like, and the song wasn't about him because I'm like, no, this is about like I envision somebody else, like me wanting to do it with, because you're clearly not wanting to come up here to see me.
Oh, so this
You're
song
acting
is
like-
not about him doing it to you. It's about
No.
somebody else doing it to you.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because at the time, like, look, there's a lot of people that want to do it every time, and I'm not giving it to them.
Yes.
I could be, but I'm not. And so, yeah, that is a sex song about wanting to do with somebody that's actually wanting, you know, pay me some attention, okay? 'Cause it wasn't.
Okay. Why do these niggas be playing so goddamn much? I don't got the time.
I don't either. I don't. I'm tired.
Okay, so you were saying that you was kind of tired of him in November. How long did it take you to break up with him?
We officially broke up this year. I'm like, damn, this is a long year.
2020?
Right. Wait. This is early 2020 though. This ain't not no recent shit. This like
Pre-COVID? Oh, during COVID, you know you wrong. God, you done kept that nigga this whole goddamn time. That brother goddamn song. Fucking thinking about other niggas for fucking and shit. Why y'all be speaking?
First of all, if I started having text threads and how he was talking to me, you would have thought he was talking to a nigga that he didn't care about. So,
God damn.
yes, it was like March, like right at the
cusp of
beginning.
COVID.
Yep. Yeah, the cusp of COVID. I was like,
He said, listen, it's COVID out here, and I'm
I
trying to
was
be
just
safe.
tired because he was just, from November to like March, it was kind of like, I'll talk to you when I talk to you, or like, I'm working.
Do you think he was cheating
Yeah.
on you?
Yes.
Mm.
Because I'm like, there's no way you just not phased.
Mhm.
And if you do care, like, why are you acting so unfazed?
Mm.
You know? And because I'm like, you too chill about it. Like, you know how some niggas be too cool about shit?
Yes.
You too chill.
It
Like,
be the niggas that be too chill, that be doing the, ooh, you know you doing some shit.
I'm like, there's no way. There is no way in hell. There's no way. Because you're too chill about, like, oh, okay, yeah, you has, oh, okay. Because he used to be up my ass when I tell him I'm at studio. Well, when you going home? Why you out so late? Da, 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 da,
So
da, da,
something,
da.
yeah, something
You stop doing all
distracted.
that. You
Yeah.
stop doing all that. Oh, hey, oh, go
You got
ahead.
another distraction, Mr. Arkansas.
So I'm like, why do you, it's like he cared less and less. So I'm like, nah, there's got to be something. So I guess for me, what made me stay, I guess, so long in it without just breaking it off then was the fact that at the time, sometimes when you're like with somebody so long, you get used to just like, I guess, having them around. Because there was a point when he was flying me out.
Okay.
And I was like actually traveling. Like it wasn't always like a no, we're not seeing each other. It was like I was actually
You
traveling.
were going to go see him.
Yeah,
That's your
and
man. That's your nigga.
Right, I was catching flights and Philly.
Period.
So, and he was paying for him.
Okay.
So, and it just came to a point where I just was like, I'm tired of this. He ain't even doing that no more. Like you can tell, like your time is just your mind.
It's dwindling off.
Yeah, it's dwindling off, and sometimes we just try to hold on too long for whatever reason. Like we're still
Yes.
just used to the routine of like, oh, I have somebody to call, I have someone to like, you know, see, FaceTime and stuff. And I just got tired of that because I'm like, he's clearly not coming up here.
Right.
And obviously, COVID was a great excuse. Like, oh, you know, like it's COVID, so I'm like, okay, I can't do this. Like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
I guess you used the COVID thing to your advantage.
Yeah, he was just like, well, you know, it's gonna get bad. I'm like, and clearly niggas are still traveling. So I'm like, Now I'm looking like fast forward. I'm like, he definitely could have still came.
He could have.
Like,
He could have.
But
He
you
could
know,
have.
he didn't want to admit like he just wasn't in it no more.
So this whole project is about a nigga that ain't shit,
Yeah.
but she was love tripping on his ass.
Yep.
But she ain't tripping no more. She is standing on solid ground.
Fed up like that last song.
Period. Okay? It's always the toxic niggas that create the best music, though.
Look. I was like, damn, nigga gotta break my heart for me to get the good music out.
Don't be the best song.
Do.
Keisha Cole.
Yeah.
She ain't make Mary J. Blige.
Look, man, we was just talking about Mary.
Who the fuck wants to listen to her fucking happy ass?
Look, girl, I hope my tree ain't like, they like, oh, we want Nessie to be sad again.
I want them bitches to be sad. I don't want you to really be sad, but yeah, no. Mary J. Blige is a perfect example. That fucking let's get it crunk up on it. That fucking dancery shit, bullshit. That fucking shit, girl. That recent album that she had with that motherfucking looking like a fucking goddess, but that fucking album was a flop. I forgot what the fuck shit that was. It was called something of God. I forgot what it was. She had a white outfit. I'm gonna put the damn picture on it on the side. Once I find it, I'm gonna put it on the side. That shit looked crazy. Flop. Okay. I guess the toxic dick make the best music.
I guess so.
Okay. Well, but we're not gonna continue to have toxic dick in our life.
Okay.
We can continue to reminisce about the toxic dick, but we can't have it in our life forever. Okay, we gotta rebuke that toxic dick. Okay. So where are we now? Like, let's fast forward. So it's now 2020. When did the EP released a few months ago?
September 30th.
September 30th. Throughout that whole time, let's actually give you a shout out because you actually made it to 10,000 streams.
Oh, yes.
That is amazing. Okay. On Audio Mac, 10,000 streams. So, yes, cha-ching.
Okay.
Okay, streaming. Okay.
We are climbing. Okay.
We're it's levels. Okay. From there to where we are now, how do you feel now about your project? What are your thoughts about your first project?
I feel like overall, I love the project just because it was just very much it was honest. It was very much what I was going through, how I felt. And it sounds like me. You know, there's like, I didn't like have like, oh, I want to sign somebody. Let me try to mimic this person. It was very much, this is how Nessie sounds. And it's just different because when I went into this process, I thought, okay, every song gonna sound like super somber and like sad and shit. I really thought, that? Right? And I was just like, now that I see it, it's like, oh, this was a fun project. Like there's different levels to it that you got to see different sides of who I am, and that's why I really love the project just because it showcases. I feel like my personality. You got the sassy song, you got the sweet like take it there, and then you have the like okay, don't fuck with her. Got Fed Up.
Yes. Fed Up is another one of my favorites.
Yes, I love Fed Up.
Yeah. So what's your favorite? So is that your favorite song?
I feel like I go between three of them. Wow, I'm just like, oh. Some days I'm like,
it's the for me.
Oh. Fed Up most times. Most times I am like, I really like Fed Up just because it was a very kind of like, I didn't really have to think about writing a song. It was just like, that's how it felt at that time. And so it was just really easy to write that one. And then I really like On the Way.
Okay.
On the Way is probably what always be one of my favorite songs, probably just, even in the future, just because how easy it was for me to write the song. It was just very much, I was in a good headspace, just playing around with the beat. I just let it flow out, you know? Like, it wasn't like I need to lay down the melody first to get it, or like, I need to think about this. It's very just
organic.
Free. It was organic.
So most of your favorite songs are the ones that are probably the easiest ones to create then.
Actually, no, because my third favorite song is Sure, and that one was so hard.
I like that song.
Sure is, and it's crazy. Sure isn't about Miss. It's not about.
It's not about Miss Arca.
Because it was.
You ain't got the whole EP,
right,
nigga. Okay, you thought you did, but you didn't.
Sure was me realizing like, wow, I'm in a relationship and I don't think the person really loves me like he has love for me, but he's not in love with me. And so this was kind of like my song, what I hope to feel in the future.
You have to be sure.
Yeah, I want to feel sure in love. I want to be sure that like you're my person, you know? And so that's what, it was so hard for me to write that song because it was like, I'm in a moment of being with someone who's not sure of me, who I'm not sure of, but I want to feel sure in the future. So that's why it was so hard for me kind of to write it in that session. I remember that session because I was telling V-Ron, I was like, girl, I don't know. This session, this is hard. Like, she kept like, you good? You was like, not really. Like, it's really hard to write sometimes when you're so deep in an emotion to write the opposite sometimes.
Were you crying?
I wasn't even crying, but like I remember later when I went home, I cried because I was just like, damn, like this not about him.
Yes.
I don't feel this way towards him. And I'm like, damn, I want to feel like this in the future.
Aww.
Yeah, it was real. It was like that. I'm like, oh, right.
Where my man at? Where my man at?
Okay.
Where you at, nigga?
That's my manifestation.
That's all you gotta do.
Okay.
I was actually listening to a podcast on my way here, and they were saying how, like, you know how, like, we always say, like, niggas ain't shit and this and that, the third. They were saying to me, they were saying that we should not say that. We shouldn't say niggas ain't shit because that's how we attract ain't shit niggas to our lives.
Well,
so I'm like, it's the power of the tongue, but we're speaking real shit.
Right, I'm like, but it's true though.
From the way that these niggas' track records have been, honey, okay? They haven't
COVID
been.
ain't stopped nothing. Y'all the same. Pre-COVID and in COVID. So
Okay?
the same.
It hasn't been nothing of the same. But, you know, I will just say, in my life, I just don't want an ain't shit nigga. That's how I'm going to change.
Yeah, I don't.
Niggas ain't shit, but my nigga will be the shit.
Right, okay, amen. Amen.
That's how you do it, okay? Period.
Totally, let's do, you know.
You like a little choking?
Yeah.
Not too much.
Don't make me feel like I'm finna die though. Like,
Right.
Come
A little
on,
light.
Ease up.
A little light. It be the niggas that be doing it too much. I had this one nigga. Cause I wasn't used to the choking shit until this nigga.
Okay.
When he first did it, I was very like, oh my God. What's going on here?
Cut the camera.
Yeah, like what? Hold on. Okay. We just met on Grindr. Are you a serial killer?
Oh, that's a valid question.